Maybe. Oh, I think we're live. We think we're live. Let me see. Yeah, you're live.
But he's not.
No, Dex is not. Okay. And we are live on Instagram too. Awesome.
So we're here.
I'm here. Are you here?
I'm here.
Woohoo!
I'm here.
Happy dance. Welcome, everybody.
I love that.
It is Monday. It is 9 o'clock-ish, which means it's Quilt Talk time.
That's right. Good morning. My favorite day of the week. And here we are.
Yeah, that looks really funky behind me. Oop, look, he's attacking me now.
It does. Oh my goodness. It is really kind of weird.
He's patting me on the back. I am not Josh. Did you know that?
I did know that. I did. You have that name tag that you don't have on now. But you have a name tag. It helps keep me oriented.
So Josh is up at St. Augustine this morning. He might pop on. We'll see what happens.
He might. He's getting the shop ready. It's going to be so cool.
We're so excited. It's the simple things. It's not even our shop. We're just like so excited for the new location.
I don't know. It is my shop.
You're right. You're right. We represent the shop.
That's right.
And the Lollipop Guild. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Martha. Good morning, Diane on YouTube. And good morning, Jill. Hey, guys, do you mind hit the hearts, hit the share button? That kind of gets those algorithms working and wherever you're coming from to say good morning to everybody. Good morning, Miss Cindy. So
and
Louise, look at that. Oh, see, she likes the computer here because she can see who's coming in.
That's right. The problem is I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the computer. But it is kind of fun because Josh keeps it on his phone and I can't see that far. So I never know who's on. But this way I can see. I'm excited. This is such a great day.
It's Monday. It's the best day of the week.
That's right.
That's right. Isn't that what you said? Monday's your favorite day of the week?
It's my favorite day.
My favorite day is Sunday, I think, because I do nothing. We just hang out. So good morning, everybody. Come on in. And thank you so much for saying hi. There's Shar. There's Nancy. And
hi, Shar. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Louise. Hi, all.
Hi. I do not have a sticky note with a bunch of notes, but I do have some notes, not a lot, because
Josh isn't here.
Well, I do know what we're going to need to talk about. But so the main thing is the Tales from the Drip. He really wants you all to be here this Saturday. Tales from the Drip.
My costume is all ready. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's awesome. I have to get mine ready too. I don't know what I'm going to come as. Well, I do. I just haven't got it all together. So Saturday at 10:30, come on in. Bring 2 to 3 items of show and tell. They can be seasonal or not. The idea is just to share and be inspired,
or inspired if you happen to like the correct version.
Yeah. Grammar is not good for me. Not at 9 o'clock in the morning. He's also, he wants really to talk to you, conversation with you over coffee and donuts. He said he wants donuts again.
Good.
To just get more information, what you want to see in the new location, and just hear what your response is. We had a teachers meeting this past Saturday, and they are so excited. Aren't you excited?
Yes, I am. I'm excited.
That was delayed. I have to work on our cues together. We need to do more lives together.
I was thinking of all the things that were talked about at the meeting, and all the classes that people are interested in teaching, and all that's going on. And there's just a little bit of it's a little overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming. So one of the things I like to tell people is don't do all the things. Don't just find something that sings to your heart and follow through with it. If you have a favorite teacher, that's great. We call those groupies. We call those teacher groupies, and there's nothing wrong with that. We like our groupies because they give us encouragement and inspiration as well.
And honestly, I love my group, and more the merrier, and always happy to have more, but those people are so encouraging to each other and to me.
Exactly, because it's about building community. But I've heard many times, there's just so much going on. I don't know what I want to do it all. Step back. It's okay. We offer things again and again. We just want you to participate in some way. But if you can come to Tales on the Drip, Josh would be super. I love this word because it's his favorite word. Stoked to come in and hang out with him with coffee and donuts. I just dropped my pen.
Here, let me get that while you.
So that's the Saturday. You can sign up. That way it gives us an idea. Classes, cutupandsew.com, and just click on the word classes and sign up for Tales from the Drip. Good morning, Marilyn, Linda, and Nancy says we're funny. Hey, how about that?
You know, I keep forgetting to do it, but there's a sign out front as you come in the parking lot that says Comedy Club. And I really want to just steal that for the morning. I'd put it back. Just, maybe put it up here, cut up and sew. Comedy Club
Would be
and
funny.
Quilt Talk.
That would be pretty darn funny. Oh my goodness.
One of these days.
One of these days. So Tales from the Drips. Okay. Meet the teachers. So we just had our teacher meeting and we have almost all of them are going to show up Thursday afternoon between 5 and 7. Come in, meet the teachers. Some of them are going to be doing demonstrations. Some are going to show classes what they've got coming up and maybe past classes that they can redo again. But it allows you to kind of get to know their personalities and say, yeah, I think I can learn from you. Or you can ask them questions. Hey, you're the quilting teacher. We have lots of quilting teachers. Will you be able to teach this? And they can say yes or no and get that class on the schedule. Teachers don't know it, but I have an assignment for them too.
That's a really awesome idea, because I'll be one of the teachers there. And it would really be awesome to hear what people want to learn. What would you like to see on Monday morning? And most people, when I ask them that, they say, whatever you say. But it would be really nice to have some input or for future classes, because sometimes I just look and I say, November's coming up and I don't have a clue. So all those ideas are more than welcome.
And one of the things we talked about on Saturday was having a suggestion box. One of the things I've learned from a suggestion box, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you want. Mm-hmm. Some people like to be, hey, give me some ideas, then I can pick. It's like a menu, like a menu at a restaurant. I encourage you to bring a favorite pattern that you've not tried yet, and you would like someone to teach it. That would be something. Go through. I know you all have more than one pattern. Mm-hmm. You might have two of several.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
We all do it. It's not embarrassing. If everyone does it, it's the norm. So it's all good. So that might be something to think about too. Go through some of your patterns and say, hey, I would love to have a class on this so I can fine tune my skills. Mm-hmm. And we got so many new 101 classes going to kick off in the new year. Mm-hmm. Like we're going to have Serger 101. Well, Serger Sewing and Quilting 101. Mm-hmm. We talked about Garment 101. We talked about AccuQuilt 101. We just talked about a lot of 101s.
Yeah.
The basics, the real basics of things. So anything else? So teacher meet the teacher Thursday evening 5 to 7.
Be there.
Be there. Bring some cookies for us. So, or maybe we should have cookies.
Yes,
I think we should have cookies.
I think we should have cookies and ice cream. But that's
we can talk to Sweet Melissa's and see if they will do ice cream with us. So, all right, what else we got? We've got pattern parade. You guys have? I know we kind of talk about this, but we're going to really pump this up. This is our North Florida shop hop coming in January. What are the dates? I don't know off the top of my head. The 18th, Saturday, 18th to 25th. Passports are on sale right now. They are $5 after the 1st of January. They go up $2, $7. And this year's really cool. They get creative every year. So what you're going to do is you're going to visit every shop, and they're going to give you a postcard pattern. And most of you know what a Villa Rosa postcard pattern is. The shops are working with Villa Rosa to put a picture of our quilt on that and then have our address and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you come to cut up and sew, we'll have 2.
So is the pattern on the back of the card?
Yeah, it's just like it's the Villa Rosa pattern. It's exactly the same pattern. Like our sample's hanging up. It's the 2M. Mm-hmm. So we picked out a postcard pattern. We did it. We took a picture, and she's going to put it on that same pattern. So it's really kind of cool. So you're going to end up with 7 different
I think patterns. This is one of the best things ever to do the card.
Mm-hmm, I do too.
I love that. And instead of having that little packet of scraps.
It's what they become.
That you have to put together that you may not even like, but now you've got them. And now you feel guilty every time you look at them because you haven't done anything with them. And I like the pattern thing.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's kind of cool. And it kind of helps you remind. What's really neat is the goal was for each shop to do it in their flavor of fabric. Mm-hmm. So we did it in our flavor, which is bright, contemporary, Anne-Marie Horner's in the fabric. So every other shop's going to have whatever. So help you remind you, oh, this is where I can get this kind of fabric at this store.
Yeah, great idea.
That's a cool idea.
It's awesome.
Yep. So come on in and sign up and get your passport. Cindy says scrap quilts on Thursday. That's the other thing we're going to talk about. We're trying to evolve or create a scrap group. I'm not going to say the word yet until we've kind of settled that out. We'll have lots of details this week. So come Thursday evening. But Cindy's going to do like kind of like a quilt turning, but she said no gloves. Go over scraps, just to give you guys ideas on how to use your scraps up, and just some inspiration as well. So cool for the patterns to be printed for you. Yes, Cindy, I'm excited about the postcards. 7 shops are there participating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, Char, there are 7 shops. 2 of those shops are cut and sew, and 2 of those shops are cinnamons too. We're taking over the world with cinnamon.
Yeah.
All right. What else do I have? Oh, so study hall is on Saturday mornings at 9. We didn't have this to show, but now I can show because we have dates set. So I'm also in the process of planning out St. Augustine classes. I don't have access yet to the class calendar, but I'm already putting things on it. I know that's kind of backwards, isn't it? But this is by Molly Waddell. She's known for teaching our thread painting and some free motion classes. And she's learned something new over the past year, and she really is dying to share it. So we're excited to have her. She's going to be our first official class in St. Augustine. I don't know what she wants to call this yet. We're still working on the details, but I will tell you it's 2 Saturdays. It'll be November 23rd and November 30th. And what you're going to do the first class is you're going to paint. So let me see if you guys can see this a little better. So isn't this beautiful? I just think this is gorgeous. Don't be intimidated by this because Molly will take her time and show you how to draw this out. It actually is using a light box and a pattern, and you put the fabric down and you trace over it and then paint it. So you're going to paint 1 week, and then the next week you're going to do thread painting. So, or like free motion quilting. She has someone here, but I would say let's start painting. It's just cool. Very cool.
Now, is this done with the that tape, or is it just black background?
So when you look at this, so it looks like a stained glass. There is nothing behind that painting, or you know what I mean. It's just plain fabric.
I wonder what she used for paint.
That's what she's going to tell you. So the other thing is with this class, there'll be a kit. So you don't have to go like, well, I'm not into painting, but I want to try once. She's going to have all the supplies for you as part of the class fee. I don't know what the price of the class will be yet, but just something to keep on the radar when you start looking at St. Augustine classes. We're excited to have her back in and have her teach you something new. I love new stuff.
One of the things that Molly does really well is this filler background that you'll learn how to do that at the second week, and she does that really nicely. And she'd be a good person to teach that. Some of her work is really awesome. Not that this isn't.
All her work is pretty awesome.
Yeah, she does some beautiful.
It's intimidating to me. I'm not comfortable with all that stuff. So, and that's why I want to talk about that. So that was why it's sitting back there. You have show and tell too, though. Oh, we have fabric.
Yes, we do.
I did not write it on my book.
This is a great set of fabric. If you're one of those people that loves dots, there's some beautiful, really pretty dots in here.
And this is going to be challenging today because there's only 2 of us. I don't know if you can see that.
So tell me what I can do.
There's nothing you can do unless you want to walk in front of the camera.
Well, I can give it a try.
We'll try this out. These are new polka dots. They're all from Moda. That one is a white on white. So
this is the white on white with the dots on it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Oh, yeah, you can see it a little bit. Okay. And then we have a black, this is like charcoal.
This is kind of interesting to me because I really do not like linear dots.
Yeah.
But the way this is made is it's not just white, it's white and gray. So that when you look at it, it does not look linear, which I was really kind of fascinated with. Kind of neat.
Right.
So that's the black and white. The red is sort of similar in that it has white and pink and red.
Oh, camera shows it orange. It's not orange. It's really a true red.
Yeah, it's a nice red.
It's not red orange like the camera shows it.
Okay.
I wonder if these lights make the colors change. Now, this last one is my favorite.
This one's the best. This one has red and green and gray dots on it. So it has, if you're wanting something for Christmas, it's a good Christmas one, but it doesn't have to be Christmas.
Correct.
It lends itself to a lot of different things. Up to flowers.
Yeah. So we just went to the Moda, I want to say muted side, but it's not the lighter side. Now we're going to the bright side. Is this my 3 sister? Who does this one? I can't remember who.
Fiesta by my sister.
My sister's designs, and I love her stuff. It's always bright and colorful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, too bright for Joann.
I'm getting there, slowly but surely.
And there's more polka dots in the background that they're light pink.
There's no polka dots on the first one, but this one has polka dots on it, which makes it a cute little fabric for.
This is my favorite when she's about to show. I have actually took a couple yards of it. I'm doing a quilt pattern with it. I just love it. It's just wonderful.
Just the checks. It's fun. Okay.
That's some new fabric. We have lots of new fabric in, but when there's only two of us, it's kind of hard to manage everything. But we make it work and we make it look good.
That's right. That's us.
Morning, Miss Tammy. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Let's see if anybody's on Instagram. Oh, Jill. Hi, Mom. And Sam are on Instagram. Good to see you guys.
Hi, Sam.
Everybody's on. Woohoo!
It's a good morning here.
It is always a good morning because it's Monday morning.
And I like that people are talking to us a little bit.
It's because they like us. Okay. They're making us feel good. I think that is pretty much. I've got one more thing, but it'll go after the top tips, quilt tips and tricks.
Okay.
I think I'm done.
Well, the other day I was looking at perusing the internet, which is one of my favorite things to do at 5 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep. So I was looking and I saw a tutorial on binding doing these project boards. And I thought, how cool is that? And my tendency is to just get a piece of foam core, put some batting on it, and that's enough for me. I can do what I need to do. But, they really are kind of cute when you put the binding on it. But I never liked doing that because I did it a couple of times and it wasn't very fun. But this turns out nicely. It's not hard to do. And so I thought I would share that with you today. The nice thing about doing your own, the first person I saw do this was Lori Holt. And Lori Holt, you can buy hers, and they tend to be about 12 inches. I think she has a couple of different sizes. One is 12 inches. That's the most common size. I don't know about you, but that's not big enough for me. And so this is the type of board that I tend to work on. But let's say
you need to scoot over a little bit more so they can see. Yeah, there.
But let's say you wanted to, after the end of this, you thought, oh, this might be a good thing to give as Christmas presents. And you could give, you could kind of think about your friends who are doing quilting and making blocks and things. And maybe for each friend, you could give them 2 of these boards. They're pretty inexpensive to make. It takes about an hour to do it. And the materials that you use for the most part are things you have around the house. So anyway, I'll show you what you need and we can go from there. So the first thing you need is a board to put it on.
So are you my friend? So I'll get one for Christmas?
Maybe. So you want a board to put it on. The most common board to use is foam core. And you can get foam core at Michael's and at Hobby Lobby. Don't try Target. So anyway, a piece of foam core, and Michael's has them in a variety of different sizes. So I wanted mine to be 16 inches square because I thought that's small enough that it will fit if I bring it to class. That's small enough for me to put on the table next to me, but it's big enough to actually get a block on there without having to scrunch it together. So this particular board was 16 by 20. So I had to cut that down. So in order to cut that down, what you do is you take a ruler. And so I needed to cut 4 inches off to make it a 16-inch square. So I put my ruler at 4 inches and I used one of these. I used a utility knife, and I have this one that somebody gave me at a class, which I really like. But you can use a regular utility knife or whatever you have available. I wouldn't use a rotary cutter, but you could if you wanted to.
If you're desperate.
If you're desperate. So you're going to score one side. You take your ruler, put your 4-inch line down there, and you just score along one side of the board. And then you flip it over and fold it in like this so that you can really see where that score is. And then you just cut along that line. And it's sometimes a little bit easier if you can cut along the ruler, but you can do it without if you want to. So I have this here, and I've put some of this on here already, so it's in my way. So you can just score right along. You can just cut the whole thing off by cutting right along that same line, and that should take off the part that you cut off. And it worked. Yeah. So then you want to cover that board, and you're going to cover that board with,
just so they can see.
you can cover that board with batting. You can also use flannel, or if you were going to make a whole bunch of these, then there is a gray flannel that I think is made by Free Spirit, and it has a grid on it, a white line grid. And I think that would also be really good to make these with, but only do that if you're going to do a whole bunch, because that's not an inexpensive investment. So anyway, I have batting on one side. I initially put it on, I sprayed some of this in the center that would keep it nice and stable. And then I took glue, just regular old school glue, which incidentally, Shar, who's here this morning, has introduced me to the finer art of school glue.
It's awesome.
And you just go around the corners, making sure that your corners stay in place so that you're not battling them when you're putting your binding on. So that just goes around the corners and along the edges, and then you have your board prepared. Now, the other thing that you can put on there,
Oops, that one's not prepared.
yeah, I haven't glued it all around. So the other thing you can put on is on the back, you can put, if you have any of that ironing board fabric, you can put this on the back. And then if you need a little ironing surface while you're in a class or something and you've brought an iron, you can also use this as an ironing board to press your blocks with. So here we have, it's pretty well prepared and ready to go for doing the binding. Now the binding you're going to make pretty much like you make a regular binding. So you're going to start out with a strip of fabric, just like you would with if you're binding a quilt. Now there's some options here. So let's say you happen to have a whole bunch of leftover binding.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
You can take your leftover binding and use that as your binding, or you can cut fabric that you may already have. I wouldn't go buying any fabric, but you have some options there. You can do this with 2.5-inch strips. I did use 3-inch strips because I thought it would be easier to work with, but you can do 2.5-inch strips easily. So you're going to take your strip and you're going to fold it in half and press it just like you normally would. And when you do this, you want to starch it, because you're going to want it to lie nice and flat as you're working with it. Once you've ironed it all the way down in half, then you're going to open it up. It says in fine print. And you're going to fold the outer edges towards the center. And so you have that fold that's going to tell you where to fold it to. And you're going to press it all the way down. And so here I have one that is pressed towards the center like this. And you're going to do that all the way along the piece that you've cut. Once you've done that, you're going to cut some double-sided fusible. So I'm using Steam-A-Seam because I have Steam-A-Seam, but you can use, thank you, Heat and Bond or any double-sided fusible. So you're going to take that and you're going to cut it 1/8 of an inch shorter than what the width of your binding is. So I cut my binding at 3 inches. Once I folded it, it is 1.5 inches. So I want to cut my Steam-A-Seam at 1 3/8 inches. And so once you do that, then it's a little bit easier to get that on there. You're not worrying about going over the edges and everything. So you're going to put that Steam-A-Seam, you're going to press it on all the way the length of your binding. So once you've done that, you're going to, I have one more. So once you've done that, you're going to start putting your binding strip onto your board. And one of the things that you can do is once you put your Steam-A-Seam on there, you will still be able to see the center line where the two sides of the fabric came together. You can see that center line, and you line up that center. You watch it as you're doing it, and you line that center line up with the edge of your board, and then you put it on, and you just press it on. When you get to a corner, all you're going to do at the corner is you're just going to go right around it. You don't have to do anything fancy like you would with a binding. You're just going to go right around it like that. Now, once you've got it on all the way around, then you can take an iron and press it onto your board so that it stays nice and secure. And once you've done that, you don't have to do anything else with it. So I'm just going to do around two corners here, like this, going around, coming down this way. So then once you've got it done all the way around, then you're going to come back into your corners, and your corners just come like this. You're going to press it down and press it in one direction, and then press it in the other direction so that it miters nicely. Once again, you've got steam-a-seam or whatever your fusible is on there. So once you press that, it's going to stay nice and secure. So you go all the way around. Once you get to the end, you can just overlap the two. You can overlap the two and just have a little bit of a raw edge if you want, or you can fold that edge under a little bit and so that it's finished on the end. And then you have a finished project board.
That's really cool.
Now, the other thing is that when you're putting things on the back, one of the things you want to be aware of is, like I have the ironing board thing on the cover on the back. You don't want to use anything like more flannel or more batting. And the reason for that is that when you if you have several of these and you're stacking them on top of each other, if you have something that's sticky like flannel or batting, then when you lift it up, your pieces are going to come with you.
That makes sense.
So
I was thinking, why didn't you put flannel? I was thinking the same thing.
So by doing something, by either leaving it smooth, leaving it like this one doesn't have anything on the back, and that's nice and smooth. By leaving it smooth or using something smooth, then nothing will stick to it as you.
So much sense.
So anyway, there you have it. Great Christmas present, and it, like I said, takes about an hour to make.
I have to share what Cindy said. Says she cheats. She uses decorative duct tape around the edge.
Decorative duct tape would work too.
I like the idea of this because you're using your, when you said leftover bindings, you know how many leftover binding strips I have?
Yeah, you can end up with a lot.
And I understand now why you did it a little wider though too, because when you're folding, because that's a 1/4 inch thick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got that extra 1/4 inch to wrap around that edge. That makes a lot of sense. That's so much fun.
So just as a reminder, what you need is your board. You need your whatever you're going to use to put on top. You need this. You need a knife to cut your board with, a ruler, your batting strips of whatever they are, steam-a-seam or double-sided fusible, and some glue. I think that's it.
It's all over.
That's right.
She's got all the
Glue. Okay.
That was pretty cool. So I need a friend or two so I can get a couple of those for Christmas this year. Just saying. Maybe we could do a flannel board swap.
Oh, fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? Fun
Yeah.
and silly. So, good morning, Joyce. And Cindy says that iron the fusible is much easier than glue. I have to agree with that.
Yes, it is. And I think the originally the things that they were using were like glue, hot glue guns. And I was burned my fingers on those.
My fingers just hurt you saying that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, cool. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So we're already thinking Christmas because it's only 2 months away. It's really fast. Coming really fast. So we're going to keep this short because Josh is not here, so we don't have to talk as long as he does.
That's right. We don't have any sewing machines or boxes or anything to show.
Nothing cool to show. There's so much going on over the next couple of weeks as they prepare the shop up there in St. Augustine. Doing inventory this week, and then we'll rearrange the classroom. It's going to be totally different. So don't forget, November 1st, we're celebrating our 3rd anniversary party here. Come in. You're going to get a passport and get a cupcake. Take some pictures with Dex. I think it'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can even, just cut. I don't know if Dex will still be here. It probably will be because we're not going to put Halloween down that fast. She's waiting for Halloween to be over. And then November 2nd will be our soft opening up in St. Augustine, and we have teachers going to be there. We have some demonstrations we're going to show up and do. We're really excited. So we've got a lot going on over the next couple of weeks.
We all have smiles.
Yeah, we all have smiles. I love the gridded flannel. Can the shop carry this? Answer yes, Cindy. We've had it before. I don't know why he hasn't reordered it, but if I don't see why not. It's prepackaged, so it's they're 2-inch squares. There's a 2-inch grid mark, and it's 2 yards prepackaged. I think it's 45 by 2 yards. But yeah, I will make a note of it. Order.
Yeah, because that is really nice, and it has been in the shop before because I bought mine from here.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a great thing. It would be a great thing to use, especially if you're doing a larger board.
Mm-hmm. I have some scrap pieces because I used to have some, so I'm gonna totally make some boards with the 2-inch squares. So, does anybody else have any questions? I know we're not the head honchos, but we're close enough to the head honcho. We can always get answers.
And if we don't have the answer, we'll just make it up.
Oh, that's even more fun. I think we can make it up. That's how rumors get started. Just saying. I have it on my design. So do I, Cindy. I haven't. Yeah, that's on the back side of my design. I have 2 design walls. So nobody's asking what the other thing is I have to say.
Oh, should I ask?
Yeah, sure.
What is the word of the week?
Oh, good question. The word of the week is teachers. We're celebrating our teachers this week. So make sure you come out Thursday night. Even if you can only come by and say hi and bye, that's fine. Just so you can see there's a lot of teachers you might not have even know we have. You see all the classes, but you just don't know the faces. So we encourage you to come out and meet the teachers. The word, Cindy says, the word.
Yeah, I was impressed. I have always been impressed with the level of knowledge that the teachers have. And because I'm really only here when I teach or on Monday morning, I don't know most of the teachers. And so when I was sitting in the meeting the other day, wow, these women are really smart.
It makes you feel a little small, but then it makes you feel like you're in good company because you're obviously a super talented teacher. And I don't say that just to say that. It's because you have life experience. You've taught for a long time. But when you're around other people like that, it inspires us all together.
Exactly. It makes you better. It makes you more creative. It makes it's just a great place to be.
You want to take classes from us. That's what we're trying to say. That's right. Shar says, what would you suggest for the ironing side? So grab that silver piece of fabric there.
Well, this is, we don't sell this here, but I think you can get it I know you can get it at Joann's. I don't know about Hobby Lobby, but this is just the fabric that ironing board covers are made out of. You can probably use regular fabric as long as it doesn't have any kind of nap to it that's going to hold on to things.
A batik would be a good one.
A batik might work well, so anything that will keep that backing smooth as opposed to clingy.
Maybe an old ironing board cover. That might be something too. If you're again recycling and upcycling, that would be something to use. So good question, Shar. But it's a back of pot holders. Maybe you can go to Dollar Tree and see if they've got stuff. Maybe, we don't know. So, all right, that's our show for today. So the secret code word is teachers. Use it at the register, and you will get an extra ticket in the Cash Pig, soon to be the Cash Cow as well. Very exciting. We're everywhere. So, and you have any questions, just reach out to the shop, or you can call us at 386. Make sure I know the number right. 447-1103. Anything else to add? Oh,
not me.
Live to create.
And just create with enthusiasm. Have a great time.
Have a great day, guys.